Squadron. Tonight's a comprehensive liquid metal episode. Go look for the people that came to the store and were buying today and the days before this. So tonight we're going to discuss liquid metal for those that have purchased. Let me move this dial out the way so you can see what's going on. This would be liquid metal sign. This would be liquid metal sign undefined. This is that triangle hex lock, triangle hexagram. This is 4x4, so square times square. It's a silent one. We'll get into that in a second. This is sign times sign. This is liquid metal 3, which would be liquid metal saw. And this is liquid metal triangle plus triangle 3, or 1 times 1, or 1 plus 1, 3. And that would also be a trap or the hex, if you will. Alright, so let's get into this shit. Zoom this shit in a little bit. And we'll jump right in. Alright, so these single cycle portraits, liquid metal being the one we're playing with tonight, the red would be oscillator 1 and blue would be oscillator 2. You're going to have to practice laws of inversion, polar opposites. Okay, pulse width is 0 and pulse width is 127. So I already had this thing kind of pre-set up. Okay, so what you do on oscillator 1, pulse width is 0, pulse width amount plus 63. The source of that would be LFO1 to the mod wheel. Also, oscillator 1's FM source would be oscillator 2. Leave the FM amount for 0 for right now. Oscillator 2 would be the same thing. It would be a liquid metal sign, but the pulse width would be 127. The pulse width amount would be negative 64, and the source would be LFO1 mod wheel. Now, right now, you can hear it. So let's turn it back on. Sound vanishes. That's because it's phasable. I told you that, polar opposites. That's why I did these. I allowed everyone to phase everything because that gives you more play. And we'll get into some other trickery here in a sec. So what you do to restore that power, crank the FM. The phase operation works the same for everything. You have to do the polar opposite. You have to plug it in with the FM and turn it up a little bit. Okay? The LFO is moving. Changing footages. See how that works? Now the LFO, you're going to want to set that to speed of like 7 or 11 or something like that, and the shape of star phase is 0. Shape is a sign. Alright, so that's how that works. Now when you change up and start the hex lock, everything sounds different. Now, let's go to the hexagram. Alright, so that's some trickery right there. Now let's turn down the volume to oscillator 1 and 2. Let's send the ohm through it. Now the ohm is a self-resonant filter. In this case, we're going to be using bandpass. Both filters are going to be needed. They're going to need to be run in serial. Filter 1 and filter 2, both key tracking is going to be at 100%. Now, filter 1 mod source is going to have to be envelope 3. Mod amount plus 63 because that's going to be poor man's drive, the shutdown envelope I'll show you in a second. FM source is going to be LFO 1, 2, or 3, or any envelope you choose. If you choose noise or oscillators for the FM source, you're going to have to use drive because it will be extremely low. These other ones give the impulse and the loud poor man's drive. Now, filter 2, 100% key tracking. I got to repeat myself because people don't like to listen. Okay, FM source is oscillator 1 for filter 2. FM mount 127. You also turn that to a band pass. Reason why I'm selecting band pass is because you're tuning into the frequency like on a radio, band specific. Alright, so the cutoff on filter 2, 71, resonance is at 24, and obviously the resonance would have to be at 113. The cutoff is at 59, that's 8 foot, but 113 for self-resonant. Now, we'll kill the oscillators and you get the sine wave. That's the the tuning fork, the raw tone, foundation of sound. Now, what happens with this procedure is you color the signal. So let's turn liquid metal sine on. Liquid metal sine has no volume. Turn the 2 back on, oscillator 2. See how big and bulky that gets? Because oscillator 1 is plugged into 2. Now, what you do, if you want to provoke the cone filter, you're going to have to supply it with some energy, so you're going to have to turn oscillator 1's volume up. That's what we just did. Now, if you want to be on some hack shit, go to modulation 1, amplitude envelope going to ring mod level, crank it on a plus 50. That's the re-rock. That controls the sum volume of 1 and 2, and it also controls the sum signal output frequency range. So, you know, that's with the cone filter. Now you can change octave. And you also have to mind other intervals as well, like minor third, major third, you know, 6, 7, 8, or not 6, 7, 8, but you know, minor third and major third all the way up to 7, and perfect fourth and fifth, and augmented fourth and diminished fifth. Because this all these things go with the semitones. Everything works just like everything else in the system. It's just the hack is you can get lower and higher than normal oscillator footages allow through technical numeric value, because a single cycle waveform is 32 foot. Let's turn back to band pass. Nice tones with that. It's like a liquid metal piano. Let's go to the hexagram. So we went from electric piano to almost liquid metal grand piano. It's weird, isn't it? That's what happens when mercury takes the form of a piano. Told you we could take this thing right to the orchestra. Now, square wave changes to harmonics. All waves change to harmonics. Sine will provide you with the fundamental square harmonic. Saw will give you all harmonic. Square will provide you with odd, and so will triangle. But square would be more of an impulse in harmonic, because that's, you can use square for impulse wave, hence it being the square or pulse wave, right? Alright, so let's get the liquid metal 4/4. You guys probably like, okay, how's it silent? See? Let me show you. Makes clicks and pops. And you're like, well, that's no fun. This is how you move it around. Liquid metal 4x4 is kind of like the liquid metal lake. See how footage matters not? Footage matters not. I'm twisting it right now. It does not change anything, does not dictate anything. So footage matters not on liquid metal 4. There are many other items like 3 wires, 4 wires, 2 wires, 8 wires, 16 wires, 32. They all would require an LFO to move it around. Now to change the harmonic content, you change the type of LFO. Triangle, sine, saw, or square, which is damn near, you can't hear shit, and then saw. So that's how that works, but there's special ways of screwing around with this liquid metal lake, and I'll show you how. First of all, that's the only way you'll get a tone out of it, is if you run something through it. But like I said, footage matters not. FM matters not. But you can use a cone filter too. You have to supply it with some noise. But you'll notice that the amplitude envelope is going to ring mod level, but it makes not. That's why you have to do this. Even then, it's still hard to do. So with the cone filter, you have to play around with it. I don't want to get into that right now. That's not what we're here to do, to get into the liquid metal lake. We're here to discuss how you operate it in its entirety. That one is a special waveform. We'll get back to it in a little bit. Let's get the liquid metal saw. I'm going to kill this tape and get on the next one. Hear that? Very holy. nice bases with that. Yeah. That's how you would do it. You gotta experiment, you gotta screw around. But I hope you guys are following along. I'll get into some more demonstration of this shit. Let's turn this trap on. Getting the modular territory easy. I was talking to somebody about the liquid metal today. They're very impressed with it. You should do the same. Hey, I'll catch you on the flip. There's a lot more to come. This is just the first episode. I'll catch you.